Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. Matinee Modeling, tip of the day. I'm Steve, and today we're going to go back and look at another JMRI function, kind of. And one of the issues that I've had, it's not a problem with JMRI, it's just not having the flexibility that I originally wanted and how I solved that problem. All right. So with that, let's switch camera views. Most people that follow the channel understand that in JMRI you have what's called Panel Pro. And in Panel Pro you can set up your layout diagram. Now if you look at this closely, you'll see at each one of the turnouts there's a red circle around it. Well, what this panel allows me to do is simply click on one of the red spots and the switch will throw. Okay? As an example, right now this line goes here and then down this track. Okay? If I hit that red, all right, and it would help if I turned on the track power. All right, now it comes down and goes to the center track. Okay, and just with a click of the mouse. Now, originally, what I had envisioned was having the 47-inch monitor, which is just above this camera. And if you don't mind looking at my back for a second, you'll see that 47-inch monitor up there, and you'll see my little desktop monitor here. All right, now originally I had a touchscreen monitor set up here, but when I started running operations with my now good friend John Linton, all right, it was problematic or not as convenient as I wanted to have the diagram up there and use the remote mouse, all right, here to do switching because it's very sensitive. All right, so I moved the touchscreen that was here, all right, and I moved it above the Aurora Eola yard. Okay? Right there. So you can see the Aurora Eola yard down here and the monitor up above, and it cantilevers over the track, so it's real easy to reach up and push the switch to push the screen to throw the switch. All right. And that was fine and dandy if you're working on the switching down at that end, but it still wasn't convenient down at the other end or at the Van Buren Street yard. So a few weeks ago I happened to be thinking and saw that through a mistake I was doing on my cell phone utilizing the Y throttle, all of a sudden I was at this diagram, this Panel Pro, on my cell phone. I'm going, wow, can I throw switches? And lo and behold, I could. Now, that's great, except then you have to switch back and forth from the throttle to the diagram every time you want to throw the switch, and that's not really as convenient as what I wanted either. Well, a few days pass, I'm watching somebody's YouTube, and they mentioned using tablets. Okay. Well, I've got a Surface Pro. Okay. And the first thing I did was I checked Engine Driver on my other throttle, which is an Android phone. And Engine Driver also had that same availability for this panel to be on it and be able to remotely throw switches off the throttle cell phone. And but I got my tablet out, my Surface Pro, And of course, it's not iPhone based, and it's not Apple based, and it's not Android based. It's Windows based. So I looked up a throttle for it, and yes, there was one. I forget the name of it, Loco Driver or something like that. And so I loaded it up on my Surface Pro, but it did not, or at least I haven't been able to find, the availability on it to bring up this Panel Pro diagram. Okay? So I was somewhat disappointed, and a few more days went by watching somebody else's screen, and he had a tablet in his hand, and that's cool. I wish I could do that. And all of a sudden he mentioned Kindle. I'm going, huh? Because I looked up used Apple tablets, and they were still pretty expensive. So I got on old eBay and ran a search for Kindle 8s, because that's what the guy said he had. And lo and behold, there were some on there, and $40, $50. Now that's pretty reasonable, all right, in my book. So I ordered one, and on yesterday's live stream mail call, I opened it up. Well, last night I went ahead and I loaded up Engine Driver, because Kindle is compatible with Android phones and Engine Driver. So I loaded it up, and here we go, right here. All right. And we'll go to home. And lo and behold, I've loaded up Engine Driver right there. Okay. And we'll connect up to the retirement railroad. And I have a throttle here now. All right, if I go up here to the menu and I go to web, I get this screen, and I can scroll down here and looky there. Look what we got. All right, we have we have the panel, and it'll actually, yeah, there we go. All right, so now we have the panel on here. So now I can take this Kindle and I can put a mounting bracket in different locations around the layout. And down here in the Fairview area, Cicero Berwyn area as an example, or over at Union Station and Van Buren Street Station area, wherever I want, just have a drop-in type of mount for it, and or even put it on a mount over here at the Eola Yard. Now they fit real nicely on these drawers. Like that. So you can be running your throttle. You can be running the throttle, and then simply come over and hit the button for the switch. So what that will now allow me to do is I will likely pull that touchscreen down and put it back over my bench area, and then utilize the HDMI slot, which is now taken up by that monitor, on the 47-inch TV. Because right now the 47-inch is connected via Windows wireless monitor adapter, which is fine, except it gets overloaded with all the graphics and will occasionally drop out. And if you're on a live stream, that's problematic. So I'll direct wire utilizing the HDMI connection off the computer. Then I'll use the RGA connector off the computer for the touchscreen monitor here at the desk. And then I'll utilize a couple Kindles, all right, down at the other end of the layout, or even over here, for operations and multiple operators. So, anyway, that is my tip of the day. Kindle utilizing engine driver. You know, if you're utilizing JMRI and Panel Pro and you got your layout set up, you got your all your turnouts DCC enabled and connected, then utilizing a Kindle for remote access and throwing is another alternative, and one that I'm going to employ here at the Retirement Railroad. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.